Okay.
Let's get started. Welcome to the 10th council meeting of Heck. Any news? Any important news?
Reset the timer. Ugh.
I just have general updates. I am not presenting anything this week. For Civilian Oversight Board, I've managed to talk to 3 of the 4 people. I've not been able to locate Sunny Brooks yet, but Ursula, who is filming coincidentally right now, she's going to help get the word out on complaints if anyone does wish to do those. But myself, Archie, and Owen, we've been telling people if they got civilian complaints against the PD, how to action those on the civil side if they don't want to go internal with them.
Okay. Anyone else with general news? Question mark.
I mean, we talked about most of the quota stuff with you and Siobhan and Michael yesterday. I had a general question, and I don't know if anyone has experienced this, but I was told that Grime drivers are going to Polito, delivering everything, and then leaving their trailer on the side of the road en masse.
Yeah.
That's why we stole all of those there.
Yep. I was gonna propose an illegal dumping thing today.
I'm on board with that.
Can we track the trailers?
No, someone tried to see if you can get a plate read on it, and for some reason, when it's detached, you cannot do that. That would make it a lot easier, I promise you.
Well, they're dumping them in the same spot, like that shoulder leading into Polito,
right
in front of the farm. So you just gotta sit there and then watch some dumb motherfucker do it.
Okay.
All because they want to speed down the highway faster without their fucking trailer.
Yeah, I didn't put 2 and 2 together that the amount of 16-wheelers without the trailer on it that I see going south on Popular towards the docks, but now it makes perfect sense.
Are they just doing it to get better mileage on the freeway? Like, is
it back faster?
Oh,
yep.
Jesus.
Yup.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for dinging that pretty harshly.
My wife and I went on a Grime ride along probably about a week ago now, and that was the last part of our Grime ride was dumping the trailer.
So you saw it in real time.
Yeah.
All right, good to know.
Okay. PD liaison Nakota, do you have anything to present to the Council of 8?
I think the majority of it was us discussing the quota system yesterday, and then honestly, the big thing I had was that being told by people that Grime beds are being detached in random places, and if we could get a charge for that. But apparently, you're already well aware of it.
Can you speak up, please, Dakota?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
I have someone that's going to speak here. Come on.
Howdy, y'all.
This is Momo. I met him at the sanitation yard last night.
Hi, Momo.
Hi, Momo.
Hello, everyone.
We'll start with Momo. Fuck it. And then we can get to the illegal dumping. Hello, Momo.
How are you guys today?
Doing well.
All right.
You are being filmed, of course, because the council meetings are now filmed live. So if there's anything, if you would like to not speak, that can also be arranged.
No, that's absolutely fine. I consent to the recording.
Cool. What did you want to talk to about the council, or talk to the council about?
I wanted to speak to the council about the wonderful DOC that they've put into place. That was sarcasm coming from a criminal's point of view. It's terrible for us. It's miserable. It's absolutely dreadful. We hate it. It's the most scary thing in the world. We really, really, really do not like going to prison. I have completely
don't like prison?
I used to enjoy prison. I used to enjoy prison. It used to be a time for me to think and ponder with myself.
Like a meditative retreat.
Exactly. Away from everybody, away from all the crazies. But nope, now I can't do that anymore. Now it's try to escape at all costs, or don't do crime. I've resorted to not doing crime just because I am completely alone in the city.
Goodness.
I know.
Terrible.
Council of 8, we might have solved crime, guys.
We fucking did
nice.
it.
Momo, can you talk about like what goes down in Bolingbrook when it's staffed?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
there
what do
was
you
one
got?
Your testimonial, which is in my chief of staff notes, if anybody wants to pull it up.
I haven't heard of many people that are actually in there, so yeah.
Okay,
what,
so
what's it like?
I have no idea.
let's think about it this
How
way,
to
all right?
spell it.
We're all humans here. We all have free will. We all have something that we identify ourselves by, right? Which is our names. I stand
Yep.
proudly behind my name. I feel like my name defines who I am, and it's it's a staple to who we all are. In there, that is gone. You are known and only known as maggot. You lose all sense of dignity. They do not treat you as a human. They tell you how to think. They tell you what to do, how to act. They tell you when to breathe, what to wear. You know how miserable that is?
I couldn't imagine.
Dehumanizing.
Terrible.
And then above all else, they torture you and beat you. They stabbed me, left me to bleed, pushed me out of the prison,
Oh my god. They
and EMS didn't even want to assist.
Did they leave you in the parking lot?
Yes.
They're
they-
not
Oh,
supposed
there's
to
the
do
proof.
that, are they?
There you go. No, they're not meant to do that.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll talk to them about
Yeah,
making
yeah,
sure
yeah.
you don't get treated. They should
I'll
try to
handle
treat
that
you.
part. Mhm.
Nope. Stabbed,
leave it-
left to
leave-
bleed
leave it-
out, and
leave it-
forced out.
Leaving you in the parking lot for EMS to potentially respond
Yeah, that's
to
pretty
is
bad.
no bueno. I'll
Yeah,
talk
I've,
to them.
I've gotten a couple complaints about them just constantly dumping people in the parking lot and calling EMS.
Yeah, it's happened quite a bit.
I know this was 2 weeks ago, but did EMS agree to basically like not treat them unless they're out on the highway or some shit? Like, what was the
The response
I'm
that
for-
I got, because I made my own 911 call. It was, we are not allowed to respond to the prison.
right? That's
Yeah,
why I'm
there you
asking.
go. I guess. Yeah, I told
Well,
them.
but yeah,
I told them what we talked
what
about,
is
and I guess
the boundary line now? I guess just for like my knowledge.
I don't
is-
think there is necessarily a boundary line. But
Okay.
I expressed that if they think they are at risk, they do not have to respond there, and I guess they took that very literally. Hey, that's on
I
them.
mean,
then.
fair enough for the parking lot. They got
Yep.
like line of sight on them, basically.
I have heard that their medical facilities cannot treat bleeding wounds,
Yes.
which is a huge problem. So maybe I know we said we wouldn't help them, but giving them some tourniquets might not be untoward.
We so that's a tough one. Discussions that I've had, I don't think it would be a viable option. Those are very good medical equipment. They're very sought after, highly sought after. Putting them in a place where they could be so easily taken, essentially, because I guess Carmine and Bobby aren't the biggest threats. They could be beaten up for it. Is a major concern. Essentially, unfortunately, I know it's not a happy answer, but it is either they have to get treatment from the hospital, they are someone who can travel there, or they have to try to not get injured because the local doctors can't help them until they're incapacitated.
Okay.
I think if you give them the tools necessary that they need for medical treatment, it's only going to push them further to treat us more like shit and dehumanize us. Are you saying?
I was in the prison a couple of days ago. It's hard to get less human than that, Momo.
Oh yeah, it sounds like it.
I just don't even think we should be pushing the envelope with any kind of
Yeah.
equipment.
I watched someone in Bolingbrook, aka Dogtown, cut off some guy's arms
Oh my god.
and then attach them to his body.
Huh.
That's terrifying. Okay.
Not Daijobu. Oh, I mean, not Daijobu if it were on the streets. In
Mhm,
Bolingbrook, it's
mhm.
perfectly fine.
Of course, of course.
I am personally for them having at least a small stock of tourniquets, just so that there aren't any like I When I went to prison, there was a cop out front, and they tried to I was going in there
Yeah.
to inspect the place, and there was a cop out front talking to them through the gate near the DMZ. And then they opened it to let me in with my wife. And they tried to smoothly usher the cop in as well. And we're like, all right, come on, guys, come on, everyone. They come through the gate. And they tried to trick her into coming inside so they could fucking take her shit.
It's crazy.
My point is,
Mhm.
if they have, maybe 5, 6, 7 tourniquets a day, it will potentially prevent EMS from being, maybe just straight up grabbed from the parking lot if they decide to go there, or grabbed from anywhere else and robbed or, attacked for their supplies.
So the concern we run into is the medical supplies are very carefully tracked and assigned to individuals. When we buy them from Marcus, he stamps our state ID on them so that we can very carefully track them to make sure if they're robbed or given out, we know who they're coming from. They're very regulated in that regard. There's also the issue of they don't have medical training. They could potentially cause more issues if they're applying tourniquets to people without a level of knowledge there. Not to mention, because they're not medically trained, they might struggle to apply them to people, so they might just have to let someone try to apply a tourniquet to themselves, which is extremely dangerous. There's a lot of reasons why, one, having them out and about is a major risk, and two, it could also cause more problems.
Okay.
And given the fact that they've already been pushing the boundaries and Alan has had to have multiple conversations with them, I don't really feel like they have shown the level of competency or trust that having, that kind of equipment,
Yeah, I just hope these guys don't wise up, go on YouTube and look up how to make a tournament.
They
Yeah,
could.
well.
That's
mean,
up
I
to
think
them.
that'd be
I
the
mean, if they
least of
want to
your
order some
worries.
off Wish.com or something, but our specialized stuff, I just wouldn't feel comfortable giving to them.
Just wait till they learn you can make napalm at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, Momo, any final notes on your experience at Bolingbrook?
Yeah, the conversation that I was trying to have was it went south. I thought you guys, were going to be sentimental or try to advocate for the people who are being sent up there, but apparently that's exactly what you guys were going for. So if that's what you guys are going for, and it is obviously decreased the crime rate, then I am very happy for you guys.
Well, you said it
Well,
yourself.
thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm going to go cry.
Prison's not supposed to be fun.
It's okay. Just don't go to prison again.
don't go to
Congratulations
prison.
on your new clean life,
Yeah,
sir.
congratulations.
No,
If you ever
no,
want a
it's
job
okay.
as a doctor or something, let us know.
I can't. I'm a felon. I can't get that job.
Get
Expunged,
expunged.
man.
You're fine.
Expunged.
There you go.
She's not doing crime anymore. It shouldn't be so hard.
Nice. Hey,
Anyway,
Yeah, I mean, that went well. That was
we
good.
did it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
It's working.
Yeah, great.
I never understood the mentality that prison was supposed to be a good thing.
I know, yeah. It's it's just good news for us.
When he first started telling me his story, I was trying to be sympathetic, but when he got to the part where he's like, I don't even want to do crime anymore, I'm like, so it's working! And
Yeah.
I kind of gave it all away. I was very excited.
Okay. Enlightening. Malton doesn't have anything. Dakota doesn't have anything. Cantor, you got anything you want to present to the Council of 8?
There is the drug schedule me and Siobhan worked on. If you're ready with that, Siobhan, we could go through it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just also want to give full clarity that this was adopted from something that Norman Adams had sent me.
Ew.
It was good stuff. I mean, I adopted it. I pretty much paraphrased almost everything and removed a lot. And then Cantor and I worked together on a bunch of stuff as well to update it and change it. But just wanted full transparency.
Yeah, Norman brought it to me as well, which is how I initially pitched it in the first place. So I'll be, I didn't know much about scheduling drugs and how it works outside of here, but looking into it, I think it's a good idea. So we've ironed it out. We've made a couple changes from his initial pitch. My pitch was 3 schedules instead of 2, with the idea that Schedule 1, being the harshest level of drugs, would only be felony possession. Essentially, how like heroin is right now, any amount is felony. Schedule 1 would be bad enough that any amount is felony. So it shouldn't even make things too much harder. In fact, it would make things technically easier that anything in that Schedule 1 would only be one singular charge. And then the actual drugs and which section they're in can be changed. That could be like, pitched to the council by whoever is medical liaison at the time, to, hey, I don't think this is as harmful as we once thought. We could change this category, things like that. But yeah, y'all read over it, letting us know if you have any questions.
Let's see.
We also touched briefly on legal pharmaceuticals. That's somewhat related to things like a Nexus back in the day, Michael. Essentially put something that LSMG oversees that so that y'all don't run into cops trying to arrest you for transporting drugs again. We can put our stamp of approval on it and then they can get fucked.
The fuck is the juice?
A drug back in the day that it was a giant shot of adrenaline made from human kidneys that would restart your heart but could cause severe injuries down the line, like it could cause heart attacks.
Can we just take this time just to get rid of all the drugs that aren't on the street currently? I mean,
I'd be down for that. Yeah,
this is just my opinion, but I don't like future proofing drugs into schedules. Like I think if you have a catch-all on class 3 for like a generic drug, that'll give police something to charge in the future, and then from their investigation and their pitch to the council or to the digital,
and then
it could be added as a specific schedule.
And the medical liaison at the time could take it to the hospital to do some proper checks on it. Yeah,
Research.
so in doing this, when we if this is approved and we make this change and the charges for possession are removed, we could get rid of all the ones that we haven't seen around and only assign the ones that
I
we
went
are
ahead and
aware of.
removed
So this is a
all
good
the
way to
ones.
clear it up. Perfect. Okay.
The warden's
Yeah.
here. The warden's here to file a complaint against the police.
Ay, Dios
Oh
mío.
my.
Come on in, Baron. What's up with the fucking condom hat?
I have to protect my
added
identity.
in Schedule 3, just generic drug. Just
Yeah, sure, that works.
That'd be the catch-all. Anything the police want to feel is articulate. That
Oh,
matters,
lovely
of
to see you,
course.
Bobby.
It can, yeah, that's fair.
We're gonna finish talking about this scheduling
Yeah.
first, Baron, and then we can hear your complaint.
Sure, sounds good. All right. We had marijuana Schedule 3 for I think obvious reasons, but the cultivation, the felony intent to distribute, all that will still apply as is. If someone's fucking around to that level, those are still the same. This is only for possession. And then as we go through and figure out what is actually applicable, if this is approved, we can decide which schedule to throw them in. So it's pretty simple. There's felony and misdemeanor possession of Schedule 2 and 3, and then felony possession only of Schedule 1. I also have a spreadsheet created with all of the times, fines, and felony and misdemeanor amounts of each drug. So if this is approved, we can, plug that in pretty quickly and easily and figure out what times and fines we want to land on. In
What's
comparison
with
to
the language here about oxy and weed being for medical?
That is the intention behind the lower scheduling, is that they have potential medical use, which is why they are a lower schedule. It's not that it is legal if it has medical use. It is a lower charge because of that fact.
So doctors are going to try to prescribe marijuana?
No, that's not what this is. Schedule 3 is just a lower time and fine. There is still no legal amount of any of these drugs. Yeah, no, we're not doing that. That would be a whole other page.
Would you be more comfortable from a judicial standpoint, Crane, if it was just based off of the public health risk and there was no mention of?
And there's no mention of that. We could get rid of that part. Yeah. just lesser public health risk.
Yeah,
I mean, I still don't agree with the thing overall. I think it causes issues with tracking drugs in terms of charges and reports.
Mhm.
I don't think it's the right way to go. I have no problem with it if you guys want to remove, or you think it's a good idea to remove the drugs that we don't see around the streets anymore. But
Mhm.
I don't think that there's an overwhelming benefit to creating the classes that overrides the inconvenience and confusion it would cause when it comes to tracking, drugs at a glance.
Are you thinking something
I'm-
like when you're trying to
Mhm.
find 3 incidences of felony possession with intent to
Yeah, there's
distribute
got to
for
be a
drug
Yeah.
way.
trafficking?
Could
Is
they
that what you're
like?
thinking of?
Yeah, because if you want like
Mhm.
felony possession of marijuana to bolster your 2 instances of sale of drugs,
Right.
Mhm.
and what would you do? Just search for class 3 possession, then you'd have to open up each report and find out which ones are weed.
Search the marijuana
Yeah,
tag and
I
hope
mean,
that
yeah,
the,
there's
the,
there
the
can be
German
tags
has
for the
everything
drugs.
programmed correctly.
Yeah.
PD could
I
also
don't-
put
yeah.
tags and reports for
Right.
class
Mhm.
1, 2, or schedule 1, 2, and 3 to ease the
So then
burden.
what's the point?
Or even
actually?
a tag for the specific drug if
Yeah,
needed.
tag
like
for the specific drug.
We could
yeah,
do
'cause there's not
both
too
actually,
many.
because then you can just
Yeah.
tag them
Mhm.
simultaneously, and they should
Mhm.
in execution come right up for the report.
And then if any possession and other charges to do with like weed, for example, have been charged against a person, you can search for the weed tag and you'll see the entirety of the weed related crimes, no matter whether they're a specific possession charge or not.
You say that this isn't legalizing anything,
Mhm.
but it also says this establishes the Los Santos Medical Group as the authority on any pharmaceutical medications that will be legal to possess with a valid prescription.
Yes, like back in the day, we had antidepressants and things through Nexus. It's for things like that, not anything. We can reword that too if you want. My thoughts are any drug is brought to the council for approval, so we can reword this. So like say, a drug that should be, you know, a pharmaceutical company pops up. They're coming through the hospital. The medical liaison can bring it here and say, look, like this is not something that has to be scheduled. This is not something illegal. Like, are you guys good with that? But I'm assuming it would have to go through a business approval anyway. So I mean, it's safeguarding for those because that happened in the past. We ran into things like Beta Life had
Yeah.
no communication with the hospital in any way. They just randomly had drugs that were illegal.
Mm.
If this does go through, I still think there should be a felony possession even for a Schedule 3. Wait, is that the
There is
missing one
felony
here?
possession of
There
Schedule
is still,
3.
yeah,
Mhm. Yeah.
Wait, what's the? Oh, there's only not a misdemeanor. Okay, never
Yes,
mind.
there's not a
Never mind.
misdemeanor for Schedule 1, is my thoughts. It would be
Okay,
like
that's
heroin where any
yeah.
amount.
Any amount,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I
Uh,
it's good.
Let me change this wording a little bit to add the which will be approved by the council through the medical liaison part, so that it
I thought
has
we
that
had that part,
oversight
Cantor.
if
I
you
might
want.
have accidentally deleted something when I was
Okay.
trying to get the table that you sent me in here, and it was just
Mhm.
not. It
Oh
was
yeah,
not
the
cooperating.
those
It was
tables do
not
not copy. I
cooperating.
can,
Yeah, they do
if
not.
it gets approved, I'll just write it all out. That's okay.
You're an angel. I'll also help if you need it.
Hell yeah, thank you. Let me cook on that. Hold up.
Nice, Bobby.
So are you guys wanting to call this to a vote, or?
She's
I'm
reworking the
happy with it
language
if anyone
us.
has. Yeah, let me finish it up.
All right.
Okay. Now it establishes the city council as the authority on that as well as an extra safeguard, because I can see your concern there. Are there any other questions on it to iron out before we go to a vote?
I mean, I have the same positions, but I think I'm overruled. So it is what it is. We should vote.
Should I start the vote? I think I vote yes. I put in a lot of effort to it. Anyone else? Anyone nay? Nay other than Craig?
Hold on.
Oh, okay. Bet. You
Yeah,
go for it.
I'm just rereading the final form.
Yeah. And if you're not happy with that wording, let me know. I think that sums up a solution, but I'm happy to adjust.
I mean, I think that you're essentially taking one factor that's used in legislating punishments for drugs and making it the factor. So, like
What do you
for
mean?
example,
Mhm.
marijuana is a Schedule 3 drug,
Yeah.
so it'll have the least times for possession.
Right.
But it also is probably the biggest money making drug. So if we're trying to deter the ultimate purchase and retention and possession of it, we're not really deterring it because it's going to be a Schedule 3. So it'll be, the lowest, punishments for drug possession.
We could also have it at Schedule 2 currently if there's a concern that it is a major issue.
But that's
and
what
it
I
could
mean
be
is like,
reassessed
so
down the line.
the scheduling says that the way that we're doing this is health and safety risk. So it says it establishes based on high public health, no known benefits, incidences of abuse.
Yeah.
But there's no consideration in there that talks about deterrent needs, impact on society in terms of violence associated with the drug. Like I said, these are all factors like when we create charges for new drugs, we take, the medical professional field, we take, law enforcement, we take, financial things into effect.
Right.
And it seems like we're ignoring the other elements and just replacing that with the healthcare perspective being the perspective.
We can expand on it. I'm completely okay with that. Just as outlined, it was set as public health risk. If you want it to be expanded to take in numerous factors, we can word it very specifically that it is brought to the council, both legal and illegal drugs, after all the checks through the hospital, and then that is determined based on a wider factor with things like the PD liaison, with the head of bar and everything. So it's not just the health risk; it's also the public safety, all the what the cops actually say. It can be based on wider factors. We can expand on that absolutely. And it doesn't negate the other charges, right? Like I stated, it doesn't negate cultivation of marijuana. It doesn't negate felony possession with intent to distribute. It doesn't negate any of that. This is just possession. I do understand this. This is your field on this, so I absolutely respect your opinion on it. I do think this is a good idea. But any feedback you have, is helpful.
Blub, 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 blub.
Dakota, one of my concerns when this was discussed 2 weeks ago was bozo cops and processing. Do you think that under the way it's worded, cops can still process, charge, investigate, blah blah blah? You think they could all still do that effectively, shall we say?
I think if it's simplified under these 3 schedules, that shouldn't be an issue. I think to maybe what the Chief Justice was saying is like right now the only problem, it's not even a problem, it's just the amount of drugs that are out or the differing types of drugs that are in circulation right now are very minute. Like the main thing we find people with right now is marijuana and I guess moonshine to a certain extent, but that's obviously different, right?
Right.
But like I said, I personally don't think any officers would have issue with this, but I don't have the perspective of the DOJ from a higher up standpoint. So I'm open to other people's perspectives.
Of course. Okay. I mean, it gives us the opportunity, right, to clean up all these charges, because you're not wrong. A lot of this just isn't seen at all right now. There's a lot of things that might not be relevant at all currently in the penal code. So this feels like starting off on the right foot to me. But I am also just a doctor. I have probably the least horse in this race out of some of the people here. So I do appreciate opinion.
You're talking in circles.
But yeah. Anyone else have anything else?
Oh, did you finish the updates? Let me go look.
I added the part where it states the
council approval.
Legal medications require council approval. I might just work on if I can reword the whole thing. I kind of have to go in and change it up and put everything under council approval instead of that specific part. Let me Oh yeah. Oh, that's already fixed up. So we'll pass the honeys.
I think it's there. Looks like you got it.
Yeah, it's there. Okay, perfect. So it stays in each place.
Do you want to put this to a vote now?
Yeah. We'll have to vote on where drugs go either way. Keep in mind. So this is just the base framework of the scheduling we're voting for.
So wait, whenever there's a new drug, you're saying the city council votes to classify it?
Yes.
I'm saying, well, the way I have it in there is by default, it's classified as a 3 because
yeah, it's already in there, but we can bump it up. We can adjust it.
Yeah, but if you want to specifically name it in there with, then that's what the council would kick in.
I think
we'd have to figure out what amount is felony and misdemeanor stuff anyway to get it in there.
So I just have a clarifying question. When it says lower incident of abuse, does that mean like less instances of people being found with it?
Less addictive.
Yeah.
Less
it's
addictive.
An thing.
So they don't abuse it. Yeah.
Yes, it's not less amount of being found with, and we can change. Like Crane was asking for, we can change the descriptors. That was just kind of a quick summary of what we looked for, but we can change what we are looking for if depending on like what we want to see. Essentially, we can do that now or in the future.
Yeah.
What
so I don't.
if?
Oh, go ahead,
Yeah,
sir.
what you got?
What if every time a new drug's found on the street, we bring it here on Saturdays and then we all take
We do
some
it
and see
all?
how
Hell
addictive
yeah.
it is?
Yeah.
That would be an ideal case study.
I've been sober for 4 years and that ain't changed.
Oh, except for that.
I
Everyone
have too,
except
but
for
that's because
Crane.
no one will sell me cocaine. It's just fucked up.
I only drink. Unfortunately, I'm not a drug guy.
Okay, so all the cool people in this room will do the drugs, and you guys can trip sit us.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's
perfect.
say you need
You guys can take
babysitters.
notes.
You need trip
Someone's got 'em.
sitters. Yeah, it's important job.
It won't be illegal yet if we haven't. Shit, wait, under Malta's plan it would be.
Still be yeah.
Okay, well,
So
it's fine. We'll cook on it.
I think the my only initial thing here is it's like if we're going to take into account how often people are caught with a certain drug as far as the scheduling, like right now, if
Yeah.
that was taken into account, marijuana would be Schedule 1 because it
Yeah.
is the drug that we catch people with by far the most.
So,
Because
public
Yeah.
health risk is vague. If you think that is a current significant public health risk, that is something to keep in mind, right? It's one of those things that we can use for numerous regards.
up, Fizz?
I don't think weed should be Schedule 1. Admittedly, I think it's weed. It's pretty chill, but that's a personal thing. You could absolutely make that argument, is what I'm saying. It's not just public health risk, like you smoke one joint and it'll kill you, It's like if people are fucking like shooting each other over weed or it's causing like gangs or something, that's still a public health risk to me.
I think that's what I meant. Like if people are willing to
Yeah.
flee from a incident or a traffic stop or something like
Beefing
that because
with
they have weed
you,
on them and then they run somebody over. I know that's not necessarily like in
Burn
the
and
spirit of
Eagle
health
right now.
risk, right? You're talking about the effect
No,
the drug
but
has on the person.
It can be, honestly. It doesn't have to just be the effect that it has on a person. We can take into account the entire picture of how it affects the city when we're making those determinations and adjust it as needed, right? Even if we did say, like you said, make it Schedule 1 currently, if it, down the line doesn't need to be, we can adjust that.
Yeah, I think as long as the language is clear about public health risk, along with
It's suffering, dude.
how often the PD are catching said drug.
Yeah, if anyone can think of a better wording, let me know. My kind of thoughts for public health has encompassed all of that, but if we want to make it more specific, we can absolutely do that.
Does that work? Just added on risk of addiction with incident of abuse.
Yeah, kind of an L day, honestly.
So he's also concerned for like the public, right? I think is what he was looking for, something
like the
that,
public risk.
Yeah, like people shooting each other over it or getting into like gang wars or driving well high or something like the external factors it could cause. I think is what he wanted to like
clarify
to
what
find a
public
way to
health risks
word.
are.
Yeah.
You're still talking about this shit?
I think I mean, I'm not opposed to this as long as it's, I mean, it seems like this will be a living, always adapting document.
Yes, this is very much if it's voted in,
Yeah,
it will change constantly.
I think there's some issues with this.
My mind's not in it today.
I don't think that I don't think that the council should be voting democratically on the harshness of a drug for the purposes of time and fine. Because I mean, you know, I think you guys are acting in good faith, but someone acting in bad faith could very easily, I don't know.
So my thoughts were the time and fines for each schedule are set by the DOJ. We don't touch that. The most we can do is decide which schedule they're in. So it could never be that abused. Like no one can say the fine for marijuana is $1 because
Well, yeah, I
that's
mean, you
not our
could
thing to say.
Yeah, but you
we
could
can
put, you know,
decide.
heroin in Schedule 3.
We could, yeah. But then the DOJ could look accordingly and up the fine if y'all felt you had to.
Yeah, but then I do that for every Schedule 3 drug.
It's true, yeah. I mean, I think it's unlikely that a whole council would vote for heroin to be Schedule 3. But you know, that's the checks I'm thinking, right? We don't vote on the time and fine for it. We only vote on the schedule. Yeah, it's completely up to y'all where the time and fine is set and if that needs adjusting.
And I'm assuming, or I'm not assuming, but this is in conjunction with the fact that the doctors in the hospital will be testing these things to get more
Yes, that's the
ready
plan.
results
To give
and a
like
better understanding
yeah,
of it. Yeah.
to give some actual like feedback. That'll be responsibility of the medical liaison to bring here to give like actual feedback on the medical effects of the drug.
Yeah, can't that part exist without the other part?
Which part are you concerned about?
I'm saying I'm trying to weigh what I
Yeah, I
view
gotcha.
as like complications with the legislation or, you know, things to deal with versus what like the benefit gained, right? So what I'm saying is the stuff about the hospital and the medical liaison reviewing drugs and testing them and providing data and input and all that already happens and can't happen with or without legislation.
Yeah.
Yo, Prozer.
So yeah, I don't know.
Make sure to say thank you to Gobbler. Thank you, Gobbler.
I mean, so here's my thoughts. It can happen now. You're not wrong. But a lot of these drugs, as have been mentioned, aren't around, and there's already pre-established times and fines that have just kind of been sitting there for a while. I made a whole spreadsheet with all the times fines. They're
Well, yeah, the
pretty
whole thing's
similar
getting
across the board.
redistributed.
Yeah. It's just a chance to reinvigorate it and restart it under whatever we actually find, and kind of go through the whole process here and what we find instead of just what we've always had, I guess.
Yeah, I defer to all y'all. I think I heard enough.
Who are the yays? Raise your hand, please.
For yays? Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What?
Raise your hand if you are a yay.
You're not gonna.
Raise your hand if you are a nay.
Max? No. 6.
6-2. This passes.
I think if we ever get to a point where I'm sorry, if we get to a point where the implementation becomes, too much of an issue, I mean, we can always revisit it and,
Absolutely. We can always revoke, amend, whatever we need to do.
Yes, this is very much intended to be living and breathing that the council touches relatively frequently. I just think it'd be nice to be able to handle things as they come here instead of just the same old. So hopefully it works out. I like it. Which means if it has passed, we should probably vote on where we're putting weed as a schedule initially.
Well, so we're literally just going to publish an empty schedule, just marijuana?
We don't have to publish it yet. There's some things that pass but need discussion, right? We've had a few of those, but we can, plan it right now for when we're ready to.
Well, I'm just asking because you're saying you want to get rid of everything that's not seen right now. So the only thing seen right now is marijuana. So are we just making a schedule and it's going to have one drug in it?
Like I said, it doesn't have to be published right now. We could give it, we'll give it a tiny bit of time, like even just a week or two, so we can figure out what we want to do with this. But it's how do y'all feel about it? My pitch wasn't get rid of all of the old ones. Well, it was get rid of all the old charges, but it was schedule a couple initially, but then they could be moved around.
Yeah, I thought we were getting rid of all the old stuff.
It's getting rid of all the old charges, but we can schedule some that are, well expected and known and stuff. Some like just throw
Like
heroin and
the
schedule
more
one or something.
designer ones, like
Mhm.
metamorphine and the juice. And
Yeah.
Those should all be gone. That was my thoughts. Was throw the basic, very the drugs that everyone knows. Everyone knows cocaine.
Yeah, why don't
Everyone
we
knows heroin.
wait for the hospital to tell us about all the drugs?
Okay, sounds good. Or we can also schedule it with just one. I mean, we can also
Nah,
publish it
I
and
wouldn't
let them
feel
know.
comfortable
But
without the research being done.
on weed, okay, sure.
No, all of them,
Ooh.
No, I was pitching only the posted with the one there. But yeah, we can do the research.
So
on
we
that,
we are
absolutely.
doing the weed, nothing else, or what? Which one?
I was trying to find out what you were comfortable with.
I don't
could
see
do
how
either.
we could schedule anything other than marijuana right now.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's yeah. So, do you want to wait?
That's like
to
saying I'm
schedule?
gonna write my schedule for next month, and you just write masturbate every day.
Yeah, I get
Like
that.
it ain't really a schedule, is it?
That is not what I'm saying. I am asking, do you want to wait to post it now, or do we want to post it with only the one? That is I'm fine with give it a bit of time while we figure out where we want marijuana to land. Give it a week or two, and maybe
bad.
revisit the next meeting on that, and then go from there.
What do ye six think?
I think that maybe the hospital can officially run some tests on marijuana, and unless the hospital has already done that information, it would be nice to know.
Yeah, I can
what
come
the
up with
effects
something for
are
it.
of it.
I got you.
Definitely.
Absolutely. We'll do that. I might have to work with you, Dakota, on that as well. So I
Yep,
don't want to just be
absolutely.
buying weed
No,
off some random
yes,
person.
I figured. Yep, I figured.
Yeah.
Hey, just to get you started from a good place, you should watch a movie called Reefer Madness. Got a good info in there.
Oh hell yeah.
Heard that
Hey, you
scared a
know,
lot of. Wasn't that a horror
that
movie?
sounds great.
No, it's a documentary.
Documentary?
Yeah, what do you mean?
Nice.
You need to do your own research. See on your mainstream media over there.
Okay.
Oh hell
Philippa,
yeah. Okay.
Philippa, anything else to present?
No, it was just that. I've had more discussion about the violent charge idea, but I still don't feel comfortable putting
Yeah,
it
we're
to
still
paper.
What-
If I don't have something concrete there, I won't.
What's that
I won't
one?
pitch it. So
Yeah, what is that one?
we talked about it last time. The idea for a charge for violent acts committed on government property. Essentially, it would be a deterrent, but not something nearly as heavy as like medical terrorism or medical discontinuity. It's not intended to be numerous days in prison. It would probably just be a slightly higher fine to say, "Hey, don't fuck around here." But lives aren't ruined over it, type thing.
Well, I mean, so this is primarily because you're probably worried about the hospital, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
also City Hall and people fucking around too much in MRPD can cause them issues too.
So I mean, not that this is always the case, but
Wait, I'm for it if we put reckless and violent.
Okay, fuck yeah.
Because there are these people like you should see some people. They got no fucking civil decency.
Oh,
or,
like how
they
Dundee
just
drove
wasn't
a club
raised. No,
through the
you know
ER
they
in a
wasn't
car or
raised
something.
right. It's like
Yeah.
they just you guys know how it is. There's always that one person where they's zero class, right? Just absolute bottom barrel trash. They'll do anything. Like fucking drive a motorcycle in like a government building. I mean, these people are just unredeemable. I mean, we got to do something about it.
I didn't say it.
Yeah, I know. I caught that Burke guy driving a club into the lobby a couple of times as well.
Yeah, no, Dundee has driven a club in through the car too, through the hospital too. It's that's crazy. That one's really weird.
Yeah, that's
Wait, I drive my motorcycle in City Hall.
Yeah, I think
Wait
that's
a
what he
second.
might have been referring
Alan?
to.
what?
Ellen, what are
Wait.
you referring to?
Huh.
Ellen?
I said what I said.
Okay. No more from Philippa. Alan, do you have anything you'd like to make known at the council table and or present?
Yeah. We gotta stop liking big numbers.
Okay, go on.
Like every charge we keep voting in is like 10 grand. And it's getting kind of absurd for me to like balance how things, for example, right now, stealing a turbo is actually equal to blowing shit up with explosives.
Okay.
And so there's two options. Either one, we stop going for big numbers, or two, everything gets big numbers, which I don't think is feasible. So either way, I still need to do like a holistic overhaul on the penal code because just some shit just doesn't make sense in terms of scaling.
Yeah,
But I'm just offering like caution in general when we're legislating things that we don't you know, get into this trend of thinking we're hitting this problem real hard with a big fine, and then all of a sudden the entire penal code is just big fines for what people are doing right now.
That's fair.
Okay, so are you gonna go through and rebalance?
Yeah, I have to basically, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a spreadsheet and I'm gonna qualify each crime with like a severity, right? How much impact it has on society and all that. And then I'm also going to scale like proportionally each fine and then cross-reference them against the severity, and it should give me an idea where the outliers are. And then I'm going to try to equalize them a little bit better. But I just, in general, I'm just offering caution to this because, I'm looking at like the stuff that we've put in versus the stuff that was there before, and everything we've put in are gigantic outliers.
Well, to be fair, there was a lot of stuff in the penal code before the Council of Eight started working that was overlooked or like left in because not enough oversight was paid to transitioning the penal code from before and now. Like it was outdated in some respects.
Which was
there were charges that just didn't apply, like the stolen goods one, for example, like the valuable goods shit.
Right. But you were okay. This is another discussion, but I've removed and re-added that charge 3 times now, so I was not doing it a 4th time.
I think
I'm just saying that the penal code does need once over. That's all.
Yeah, and I mean, with the implementation of a lot of the charges that we've been putting is because there's been a quote unquote epidemic of said crimes, and we were doing it as a huge deterrent. And just like we have, we've been lowering the fines, as it became less and less of an issue. And I know specifically with the turbo, we discussed it to equate to the value of said equipment because they would easily tank a charge.
But we don't do that for any other. Never mind.
Gotcha. No. I understand what you're saying. I understand.
That's what I'm trying to say is if you did that, every single situation would be $20,000 situation, and that's untenable. So all I'm saying is I may have to make some changes to shit, and it is what it is. Thank you. That's my stuff for the week.
So along that same vein, I know that you touched on it briefly in the last meeting, I think it was. Has there been any more discussions about people that are going grossly into the negatives?
What's the fucking point? This is all recorded, man. I don't need to keep track of this shit anymore.
I can't talk about it yet.
Oh, okay.
It will be addressed, but I can't say when or how. So stay tuned.
Gotcha.
Madam Treasurer, do you have anything you'd like to present to the council?
I do not. I recently had a career change this week, and it has messed up my MDT profile. So,
What happened?
Where'd you go from?
I resigned from EMS, and I am now a doctor with the hospital. And now all I can see are the medical
Yeah.
reports. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah, which I didn't know because I just got hired on yesterday. So I just realized it today.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yay, we have more fun.
Honestly, it's just because I hate driving, if I'm going to be real.
That too. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Michael, do you have anything you'd like to present?
I don't have anything to present. I do have a question.
What up?
Who is in charge of EMS? I don't know. Did we talk about this at any council meeting? Like who is presenting for the EMS?
It's
Is that
Happy.
you?
Happy
Yeah,
is the
Frank
chief.
Lindley.
And then
he goes by
Dion
Happy.
is the assistant chief.
Yeah, Dion
do-
Tam.
Do they go to you in terms of
Yes,
their
I talk with
issues?
Happy pretty frequently about updates on things, and they talk to me about their issues.
Okay.
He sent me paragraphs of complaints about the adoption law, so he knows full well he can talk to me at any time. Yeah. Yeah, I shut that down pretty hard.
No, it's good to know that the chief of EMS is writing you not about the state of his job, but rather the state of his imaginary fake family.
Yeah. Other than that, we've been on the same page with a lot of things. He seems happy with things. That one not so much.
Okay. Is he happy with things? Because there is rumors going around that EMS is quitting left and right, and there's nobody around. Is this just a specific time issue?
So it's not just a time zone issue. A couple very key people did leave. Veronica resigned. That was their assistant chief. Then Kiki has now resigned as well. Just a little bit burned out of it. So a big part of their high command have left. But those are the people that were voted in to take the place. Happy and Dion. I think they're both amazing. So it might be an adjustment for a bit, but they are both really good. Then there was also, I believe, D'Angelo, who was one of the people who ran for chief, who quit because I don't know his exact reason, but he quit right after losing. So there you go.
I've met both the chief and deputy chief.
Mhm.
They're great. Love them. Yeah. Also, Kiki and Veronica, they quit like a month ago or some shit at this point.
Veronica's was a while ago. Kiki's a little more recent, but it's been a while. I think they've had some staffing issues. To be honest, EMS and doctors always will. But they usually do a pretty good job. I haven't heard any major issues coming up, and I think Happy and Dion are pretty good people to be in charge right now.
Yeah, I know that EMS has been struggling, and that's why I diverted more state funds to paying them and whatnot.
Hell yeah.
I might even look at more in the future, just because I'm gonna be honest. If there was a job in Los Santos that I would not want to do, it's probably EMS. So some
fair.
extra,
Same, yeah.
extra incentive might be nice to get more medics on the street.
Yeah, I know yesterday there was an incident where the one EMS that was on duty was held up at the Strawberry gas station and then stabbed after being robbed as well. So
who was it?
I believe it was Odessa. And then as far as who did it, I don't know.
Yeah, I meant the victim.
Yeah. Her name was Odessa. She's okay now, but yeah.
Good.
It just, she was already struggling because the city was on fire and she was alone, and then that happened to her. So
yeah, be careful at Strawberry. Salim Windar likes to gritty around that place. It's very dangerous. Are your questions sufficiently answered, Mike?
It is, as long as they're looking into it and the rumors are just kind of that, rumors.
I can ask them about it if you want. I have not heard issues, and I know some EMS. Like I usually talk to their high command, like Happy and Dion, but I know some have come to talk to me about other shit too. No one has. They might just not know they can. Some might not know. So I'll try to field some questions. I'll let you know if there's any worry.
yeah, that's like I told you the other night, Michael. A lot of them have out of city obligations, and sometimes it all coincides where just nobody can be around to pick up the slack. But they are
same with the
still
hospital's the worst.
yeah, they are still actively
What the
hiring as
hell,
well. I know
dude?
they have some more trainees that
What do they
they've
mean
just
by
put
out of
through.
the
So
city?
Yeah. All right.
Obligation.
Well, I think that's the only thing I had in terms of concerns. I don't have anything to present
They live
today.
here in the
Honored
city.
Chief of Staff.
I reworked the death penalty legislation with Cantor.
Yes.
Oh wait, actually, let's get Bobby out of here before
Oh
we go
yeah,
off.
yeah. He's been
Oh,
here for this
yeah,
whole
hi,
time.
Bobby.
Let's get him. Sorry,
Hey.
Bobby.
Bobby, what would you like to talk about?
Before I get into this, let me hang up this phone call.
Okay.
So Dakota, you're a cop, aren't you, Dakota?
What gave it away?
You're a cop, Dakota. You know all this marijuana talk. I bet you want to marry one of these nuts in your mouth, bitch.
What?
Bobby, what the fuck?
Bobby, get out.
What is this?
Yeah. That was the beginning
Bobby,
of the
yeah,
speech.
you
Bobby,
can actually
get out.
go.
All right.
Maybe next week, Bob. I'm sorry, man.
Everything he does is an actual waste of time. It's
What
just
just happened?
he is an actual mistake.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, somebody should have swallowed him.
Amen.
True.
Damn.
All right, continue.
Death penalty legislation. It is a little bit further down. Sorry, everybody. It's report 3582. Took out the Death Coliseum. Sad.
As cool of an idea as it was, yes.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah. Cantor and I kind of spitballed, worked through some things, and just to make sure that doctors are able to do what they need to do, reworked that. But Cantor did have the great idea of keeping. You'll see. Have a look at it.
Where is it?
It's report 3582. It's just titled death penalty. It's a little bit further down in reports.
Oh, this might be a tougher one to push for, but give it a chance, guys.
Essentially just establishing different uses of capital or different methods of capital punishment for when the death penalty has been advocated by the judiciary. And I know in the past we had firing squad and lethal injection. Now, obviously, firing squad's going to be a little bit, well, we talked about this last time, all but impossible given the current state of the DOC, right? As far as in prison
Yeah.
goes.
Mhm.
Cantor and I spitballed and kind of worked this out instead of having public executions except for lethal injection. Thoughts, comments, concerns?
The firing squad would be primarily cops because obviously they, have firearms training. But then there's the other part in there. Just you guys go for it.
I'm against any public execution. Let's be real. It's going to be a big old shit show. There was a reason they've been done in prison in the past, and it wasn't just because it was the prison.
Yeah, someone's just gonna run up with 6 of their boys and shoot all the cops. I mean, what do you? I hate to be the negative Nancy, but
Oh god damn, they're gonna ruin the dramatics. God
Yeah,
damn.
I've literally seen them
it
go
is
really
it is
bad.
impossible for those kind of things to be held in public. For as Malton said, there are very good reasons for that.
I am
You're
more
not
than
wrong.
welcome to have the death
Work around.
penalty.
Let me hear this out. Instead of the Vinewood Bowl, right, for viewable tickets, what about the third floor courtroom behind the metal detectors?
Yeah, and then we can have the janitors clean up the brain matter.
Yeah, we'll let's shoot a bunch of holes in City Hall. I'll pass.
Oh god.
I'm against it being in City Hall just because I believe that should not be the purpose of City Hall. Like I said, I'm all for the death penalty. I just think it
Give a
has to be in a
suggestion?
yeah, the basement of the police station. Like I don't give a fuck where it is. It's just like do it Stalin style for all I care. Reopen Grapeseed PD. Like
It's not a bad idea.
Stalin style was not on the list of things I thought I'd hear today.
Yeah, this my bingo card is really getting outrageous.
You're right. So death penalty, yeah, sure. Some people just deserve to die. Public, absolutely not. But a secured facility where it could be monitored by PD for like entry and for them to actually do the business, and we know nothing's going to happen. Yeah, I'm all for that. Location, TBD. I would say a police station, since the prison is out of commission, is the logical next step for that.
Okay, that's understandable. That's a great one too.
That's a great one. You should
We have
slap that
burn
in
of the
there.
stake on here, and I'm just saying, if I was ever put to death,
Yeah.
I'd want to be burned at the stake
I
publicly.
don't know about that
so
one.
I would
I'm
want. No, I
voting for
would.
what I want.
Nope, Counter and I would both want to.
Hell
be
yeah,
burned.
I'd
fine
pick
for
that.
whatever method that is deemed fit by law. But yeah, that's my only stipulation is it has to be in
Yeah,
a
I
secured
got you.
facility.
That makes sense.
Okay, so if it was on the bottom of MRPD, could we get a video camera in there and live stream it? I'm just saying.
I'm fine with
Pay
viewing
for
parties.
sell
I have
pay-per-view
nothing against
tickets.
that. Yeah, I have nothing against that. Just people can't be there who aren't approved
Yeah.
or.
That's
or-
fine, but
That
I think we
makes
should be able to
sense,
make money
yeah.
off of that because death row inmates take up a lot of state resources, and I think that we should be able to make some of that money back.
Yeah, so set up a GoPro and sell the streaming tickets to that. That's fine.
Okay.
Fuck.
You know how sad Bobby and Carmine are going to be that you took away their like ultimate freedom.
What do you mean?
Oh.
Previously, they would just get to actually murder the person in prison.
Well, they could still do that before we get our hands on them.
Yeah, but you
That's
know,
true.
people get really good medical care around here. They rarely die, you know. But imagine the
we got
satisfaction
the
of Bobby and
medical-
Carmine.
Best
Just-
medical
just
system in America.
baseball bat
Not at
them
the
in the head.
prison.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Fuck it. Okay, fair enough.
Now that they should sell tickets to. I'd pay to watch Bobby Charles brain somebody.
Okay, is that a middle ground you guys want where they have to do it in a public area of the prison and sell tickets? What
How's
about
the
something
doctor-
like that?
How's the doctor going to clear time of death?
They'd have to be taken out of the prison.
Yeah, they'll
after the
throw them on the
fact.
ground like they do with the
Yeah.
people right now for EMS.
Oh my god.
We'll let them do that, but only in this one case
Imagine
when they're
the scene-
actually dead.
Imagine the scene: Bobby Charles wielding a baseball bat is just dragging this body behind him, and he tosses it outside the gates
Oh
like
my
trash
God.
and just walks back into the prison, dragging the baseball
love
bat
it.
on the concrete.
The only thing I'll say is if we were worried about people interfering, if they did it in the prison, aren't we sort of inviting
But-
that?
My other
That's
issue
true.
with that is also if the standing policy is DOJ, or sorry, the prison is a legislative black hole. We're kind of pushing that envelope by now legislating some things that are going to be happening in there.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not saying that we'd legislate them. I'm saying it just happened.
If you're wanting the death penalty to be, well, you're just never getting out of prison,
And
then-
if Bobby and Carmine kill you, then you die. Is that
Yeah,
it? That's
think-
pretty good.
That's
that-
that's
that-
not as far as I was going. Okay.
Well, no, I think that is a perfectly fine workaround. I just would not be comfortable with passing something that says death penalty is allowed and it's up to Bobby and Carmine how that is. I would just go as far as you've been sentenced to death, therefore you're never getting out of prison. Bobby and Carmine, hey, they're all yours now.
Is this like the what happened to Axel Justice? We just give them a camera and
Oh
give
my
them the
God.
person and
Oh
say,
my god,
no.
yes. Oh,
Say live stream it.
Oh god.
That's actually horrible.
yeah, this is getting into
Parallels
crazy
are
territory.
crazy there? Yeah, no, you're right.
Where'd the mayor go?
Well,
That's a good
That's
question.
the head pop one.
I also wouldn't mind just sticking it to Bobby and Carmine because who gives a fuck about them?
You'll
And
be
yeah,
back
well,
shortly.
true.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I love the dramatics of everything we're coming up with, Siobhan, but it is a little difficult to figure out how to do it. Maybe
Well, the thing
Maybe
is, it's just
we-
because we can't
yeah.
have nice things in the city.
no,
You know.
you're not wrong. Yeah, like
Somebody's gonna
the
have to
dramatics
make it
are
about
great
them
until
and-
they'll
yeah.
just come shoot a bunch of people or something. So
Mhm.
maybe I don't know, maybe we table it and continue to think because there's got to be a fun dramatic way, right? That
There's
people aren't
some
gonna
way.
fuck over. There's got to be some way.
I think if we could legislate the death penalty now, like I think that
Mhm.
that's a good thing for this council could do while we're sunsetting, basically, and the how and why could always be done at a later
At
date.
a later date? Okay.
Yeah, I think it's perfectly prudent, shall we say, to get on the books. Like, yeah, there is a death penalty, and until further notice, it's going to be Nakota taking you to the basement and putting one in the back of your head.
Oh
like,
my god. Well, the current idea. Oh boy, this gets really morbid. The current idea is essentially just give them to Bobby and Carmine, and legislating that looks very bad. So maybe we just leave it off the books until we come up with a plan.
But anybody
Yeah,
who
we don't
would
gotta
like to
pass anything
spitball,
for that to
Yeah,
work.
yeah.
we
Let's
don't.
yeah.
If anybody would like to spitball, review this, go over ideas, brainstorm with like Hunter or myself at all this week,
Mhm.
please do let us know.
Yep.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'll definitely keep thinking on it because I'm all here for the dramatics. I'm just saying, if someone's gonna be put to death, they should be put to death in style. I think we're doing the best for these people. So
I agree.
We should rocket launcher people.
I don't mind taking it from. I honestly don't mind taking it from Bobby and Carmine because that was one of the
No,
great
me
joys of the
neither.
PD as well in the past.
I think you could do plenty of style in the PD garage. It's also big enough for audiences,
Ooh.
dramatics, flair, etc. It's still also
It's not
technically
bad.
the lowest floor.
And
of
have the
PD.
You
ability
can
to
open up
control
the
who's
doors to let
there,
the smoke
yeah.
out after when they're burned at the stake. It's not
Yeah.
Hmm.
No.
That was all I have.
No. Yeah.
We're getting quick with this. Look at that.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi there.
Welcome back.
I'm alive. Did you guys finish your discussion on the death penalty?
Yeah,
We're
I
gonna
think we're
table it.
tabling it. Mm-hmm.
Gonna
We're gonna
review-
try to come up with a good plan, but right now it's still just as is.
Anything else you'd like to present?
No, this time, no.
Okay. My turn.
Yay.
Let's repeal adoption fraud.
Really?
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
Why the change of heart?
fully?
No.
Why the change of heart? It's because I got to sit down in my meditative spot and gaze out across the hills and trees and cities, skylines, skyscrapers, hands behind my back in silent contemplation. And I saw people roaming about the city, crossing like ships in the night, never speaking to each other, but living their lives independent of anything that we ourselves saw fit to legislate. And I knew deep down, the mayor, well, the mayor is the will of the people. And is it truly in the best interest of the people of Los Santos to tell them how they're supposed to live and behind closed doors or even out in public? Is it truly the prerogative of the mayor's office to try to tell them that they cannot look at another adult, probably only a couple of years in difference in age, and say, "Hello, son," and to have that son look at the adult in this adoption relationship and say, "Hi, daddy. I love you. I just want people to live free and happily." And
So
that's
that-
why I want to repeal adoption fraud. It
shit.
should have never existed.
So you'd be repealing everything about it, like no more of like the filing, no more, just like it was basically in the
Everything.
beginning. Everything.
Everything.
The adoption policy and the charge for adoption fraud all gone.
Mm-hmm. It's not that. Look, at the end of the day, if people want to LARP like they're family, I don't really give a shit. I kind of came to that realization, and it's not really helping anybody, so it should go. It should leave. So I move to repeal adoption fraud in its entirety. Any nays?
I have a question.
Sure.
Will the people who have already paid to adopt somebody be reimbursed?
I would say no.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
not many people paid to do it. So I would be willing to pursue refunding the people that actually did pay in the system. It's probably only like shit, like 3 or 4 people, maybe.
Yeah.
It looks like
Maybe.
more than that if I'm
Huh,
reading the document
okay.
right now.
How
Oh,
many?
you son of a bitch.
Oh.
What?
What?
Mr. Mayor, can I talk to you outside for a second?
Yeah.
This is confusing.
What up, Judge Dredd?
Huh.
Huh. Yeah.
I'm chewing this moment over with a Twix. Please don't ask me questions. Can I borrow your can I borrow your Zippo later? Can I? Can I? Come on.
Can you borrow my Zippo?
Yeah,
Yes.
can I? Come on. All right. Okay, cool. All right.
Hands the Zippo lighter.
Grab Zippo. Lights up.
Lights up. All right.
Perfect. All right. Hands your Zippo lighter back.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, well, you can talk about it in Discord.
Does anybody have any fun plans for tomorrow?
I'll be honest, didn't know it was Easter until this morning. As festive as I look. So
well, then
probably
don't
just
talk
continuing
about
to
it.
look cute and showing people my outfit, and that's about it. Maybe I'll go buy some chocolate.
Okay. Any nays for repealing adoption fraud in its entirety?
No, I think this is a great idea.
Same.
I just want to clarify. I guess it doesn't matter. I'm for either way, but are people getting their money back?
We can discuss that after we vote on repealing it.
Just give them a
Okay, so
coupon code to the mayor's office.
A coupon code.
Okay, all right, yeah, for just the repeal itself, yeah, obviously.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I was on the edge on the edge of it from the start. I had so fuck it. Yeah, I'll repeal. I kind of grew to love it, but yeah.
Unanimously repealed. Good. More freedom. Hooray.
Sure, fuck it.
Let's discuss. So how many people? I can't see this document. So actually, have they been filling it out in the actual report?
Yes, they
Yeah,
have.
it's been up last time, March 25th. Wait, was it 25th? It might even be more recent.
What's the report number?
It is report 3483. It's actually created by you, it says, so you should have access to it.
Yeah.
It got moved into the DOJ
If we moved
document.
into a section that he
it got
doesn't,
moved.
then,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
So how many people in there?
You all can just share it with him, Dakota, though.
Oh, yes, I can. I can.
10, 11. There's 11 adoptions as of now.
Wait, can I share it in here? I thought we had to be... Actually, you know what? Never mind. I can do this. Hold on.
We can do 10K for each of them. Some of them were probably 25K adoptions, but we changed it to 10K, and then probably some extra people went in. It's not really taking money from the state, because that money was it's essentially equivalent exchange, right? We're just going to give them their money back. And I mean, I can help you take care of that, Edda, or you can take care of it yourself, whatever you want to do.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Let me speak up. No, that's fine. Yeah, you can all direct them to me, and then I can get it all taken care of.
Okay. Yeah, you guys
yeah.
want to do a time limit on reimbursement, so you're not just randomly having to worry about this later? Okay.
Yeah. Give them like a couple of weeks, I guess, or a month.
Yeah, we'll give them a month. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool. Well, I don't really have anything else. Which would probably bring us to the conclusion of our meeting, unless anyone has anything that they've just remembered last minute.
There was the question about the pardon in. Do we want to just talk about that after the meeting, Crane?
Which one?
Eddie Rollins.
What's up, Jackelson?
Was that it?
That's an
Was that what
appeal.
talked
We can
about?
talk about
Oh,
that
it's an
now if
appeal?
you want.
Okay. Sure, fuck it.
Ooh, the apple of tunnel one.
Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna hear it, then we'll convene three of us to go hear it. But I'll sort of tell you what the situation is, and we can see if you guys want to take this up or not. Because we have the option of just summary judgment and just deny the appeal. So there was a case filed on the docket that was related to a gentleman being arrested robbing HVAC equipment off of the roof of the old courthouse and Abe Milton Fire and Police Station. So the gentleman was arrested for felony trespassing and some other charges. And the lawyer is contesting the idea of it being felony trespassing because he's claiming that it is not a government building.
What?
So essentially, he's saying that
Okay.
his niche argument is that, and I'm going to try to present this in the most fair light possible. His argument is that the sky bridge that connects the two buildings does not make them conjoined or subject to the same regulations. And his belief is that the signage all over the police and fire station is not sufficient to put people on notice that the old courthouse is also considered a government building.
What building is this? The courthouse in the northwest part of the city?
Correct.
Okay.
South Boulevard del Perro and East.
Yes,
Warren, I
Abe
think it's on the
Milton.
corner of, or Abe
No,
Milton,
no.
excuse me.
Abe Milton and Carcer.
Carcer. Okay.
Yeah. So essentially, the claim is that charge is inappropriate because it's not a government building. The lawyers and representatives from both sides did not respond in a timely manner to the docket. The lawyer came to a very heady moment where he posted on the docket and requested summary judgment. I discussed with the other judges and provided summary judgment. So I informed him that it was in fact a government building. His client's ignorance of that matter was not an excuse of the law. And even if his client's ignorance was at issue, there is enough constructive notice considering the ladders you have to use to climb up to the old courthouse are literally right across the street from a tons of signs that say fire and police everywhere and no trespassing. And there's actually guys standing there. I said, even if ignorance was an excuse, I don't agree with you. So he then immediately appealed my decision to myself with two of you. So
well,
it
there you
is
go.
up to you guys how to proceed. We can convene a panel, hear the arguments in full in court, or we have the option to summary judgment either way, either confirm me or reverse me or whatever.
At the risk of sounding, let's just say like crash or whatever, like but if they didn't respond to the docket posting, does the person even care? Like, why is this going this far if they didn't even make it to court to the first place? Like, why did it get summary judgment the first time around?
The lawyer asked for it.
Okay, so the lawyer motioned for summary judgment on the first one, and now it's getting appealed because they didn't get the answer they wanted.
Yeah, I was just about to say they thought for sure they were going to win, and then
Does
when
the
they got
defendant want to go through all this, or is this just a lawyer who wants to?
I don't know. It's not fair for me to speculate on that. I'm just presenting the facts of the matter to you guys, independent of any of my own conclusions.
Gotcha. I mean, if they were found trespassing on,
If there, let's put it this way: are there two of you who would like to sit on a panel with me and hear that case?
I want to hear the arguments.
I'll do it,
We
yeah.
talked about this, Ellen. I want to.
Okay, good. Then we will convene and schedule. Sounds good.
Cool. Do you want help scheduling?
If you want.
Okay. Sick.
Good luck, Etta.
Oh boy.
Where's my money, Etta?
Yeah, I'll be meeting with you after class.
Okay, all right. I got you. So am I just reimbursing the 10K each, or is it just the full amount that they paid at the time?
Just do 10K because
Okay.
I don't know if it's
From
possible
what
to
it
track.
looks like, nobody paid over 10K.
What about the people who
Okay.
got caught for fraud? What do we say about them?
Oh,
We can't do
Well,
anything. We can't do anything.
It's
for
like
them.
people who got
Alright.
caught for jaywalking before we made it decriminalized. They
yeah,
still have
it
it.
was
Okay.
still a crime at the time.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. They should have followed the law. Fuck it.
Twatter is going crazy.
Oh boy.
Mhm.
No, they can't have separation of church and state back now. Actually, I would like that. I don't want to be a forced Mormon.
How much longer do you have on that?
Not that long, 8 days. It's fine. I can do anything for 8 days.
Oh yeah. You pitched something about outlawing Mormonism. I'm on board. Just so you know,
Oh.
if you ever wanna, I'm all in on that.
Let's table that for now.
Okay. Just let me know.
Winsong wants her adoption fraud reimbursement. It's like, okay,
Too
well,
bad.
no, you still committed the crime at the time.
Emo.
I mean, I guess she could try to appeal on that
True.
basis, but she's not getting it automatically.
No, you don't win an appeal on that basis.
Yeah, no, it doesn't work that way.
Perfect. Yeah.
Ex post facto protects you
Mhm.
and hurts you.
You.
Mhm.
There you go. Well, then there you are. The judge would tell her no.
All right.
Yes, dude. I don't have to hear Roman freaking bitch about this any longer.
Kendra, can I just ask you real quick? What's your
Yeah.
what's your court availability? Actually, you know what? Something tells me I think I can figure that out.
I'm pretty available.
Okay. All right.
I have no life. It's fine.
Korean after 4 p.m. PST on weekdays.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Does anybody else have anything else? Are we good to go?
I think we're good.
I think we're good.
Is everyone just on Twitter right now?
I'm
Yeah.
being blown the fuck
Okay.
up. So yeah.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's
I'll
fine.
just retweet you throughout the day consistently.
Mhm.
Well,
Fuck, I
all
can't
right
retweet
then.
it too long.
Dakota, can we go handle some business real quick?
Yeah, sure.
See you all next week.
All right.
Okay.